We often celebrate Mesopotamia for what it gave the world: writing, law, mathematics, astronomy. But beneath every monument, beneath every inscription and temple, was labor. Civilization didn't build itself. Kings wrote their names into stone and gods were praised in towering ziggurats. Countless others remained nameless. They dug canals, pressed tablets, milled grain, paid taxes. In Mesopotamia, society was ordered, but not equal. At the top were rulers and priestly elites. Below them, scribes and administrators, those who could read and write. But most people were farmers, artisans, laborers. Some were enslaved. Others were temple dependents, bound by debt, birth, or divine obligation. The very word for temple in Sumerian, agal, means great house, but it functioned more like a corporation. Temples controlled massive tracts of land. They stored surplus, employed workers. In many cases, they were the engine of the local economy. Temples paid rations to their workers, not in coin, but in barley, beer, and wool. These rations were standardized and recorded with obsessive detail. One worker might receive 3 liters of barley a day, a child, half that, pregnant woman, slightly more. These records, tens of thousands of them, survive. They're not grand, they don't tell stories, but they offer something more honest: the daily mechanics of survival. Mesopotamian labor was gendered. Women worked in textile workshops and temple kitchens. Some even held high positions as priestesses or administrators, especially in earlier periods. But over time, as state power consolidated, women's economic autonomy declined. Children, too, were part of the workforce, not as an exception, but as a norm. Then there were the enslaved. Some were prisoners of war. Others sold themselves or were sold by desperate families into bondage to escape debt or famine. Enslavement in Mesopotamia wasn't always permanent, but it was generational. Many who were born into servitude never left it. Labor was tracked, measured, organized, but it was not free. This challenges how we often think about ancient innovation. The wheel, the plow, the sail. Yes, these were breakthroughs. But they didn't emerge in a vacuum. They came out of systems where human bodies were treated as inputs, managed and exploited to maintain complex institutions. Cuneiform itself, for all its poetic beauty, was first a tool for accounting. The earliest tablets track taxes, debts, and deliveries. They are receipts. Civilization begins in a ledger. Yet among these records, we also find cracks. Laws had to be written to limit abuse. Tells us abuse happened. Decrees forgave debts. That means debt spirals were common. Rebellions are rarely mentioned in royal inscriptions. But archaeology shows cities burned, walls rebuilt, rulers replaced. Control was never absolute. People resisted. Sometimes by fleeing into the hills, sometimes by burning what they could not keep, sometimes simply by surviving. This is the other side of Mesopotamia. Not the glory of empires, but the cost of maintaining them. Not every brick tells a triumph. Some ... are built from silence.